Hello, everybody. Welcome to Menhera Monday. This is your host, Exhibit A, wishing you a very happy Menhera Monday. How we all doing today? How we all doing? Hello, Zana. Hello, Lily. Hello, Bulletproof Bish. Oh, Exhibit A's in my chat again. Holy shit, guys. Again? Exhibit A? Whoa. Hello, Sakura. Hello, Skylar. I think that's everyone. Hope I didn't miss any person. Ray Helicopter. That's just me whenever I spin really fast. That happens sometimes. I like to spin really fast and then I fly. Alright, so some of you may know, today was my first day at my new job. I can safely say it is going to be a lot nicer than the previous job that I had. We just got into bare bones stuff. It was just me learning what I'm supposed to do and stuff. But it is so much, it's like, from what I've seen, it's like, it's gonna be so nice not having to be on calls all day. Like, I swear to God, I struggled through that call center job for way too long. Like, there's so many of those days where I genuinely questioned if I could keep going. Where I was, like, struggling to get through just the end of that day, and the idea of doing another day of that after was unimaginable. The thought of having to do all that for a whole nother day. But then beyond that, I wouldn't just need to do it for a whole nother day, I need to do it for a whole week. You know, it's that feeling where you barely feel like you can tolerate the idea of doing it another day, let alone the whole week, you know? And then it's not even just a week, it's every week for your life, for many months. But I'm in a different job now, it's in an office, we just do stuff on the computers. It seems pretty simple. It might take a while to learn, but at the end it's just writing stuff and copying stuff and writing emails and spreadsheets. It works, and it's calm, the people there are nice. I think I could actually like going to work for once, you know? I think maybe I can finally breathe. I feel like I can finally breathe. I no longer have to go to work feeling like I might die, you know? And that's a good feeling. It's a good feeling. So I went through that for about 5 months. And now finally I can breathe. But, you know, we're in a better place. I'll have more mental space and mental energy to work on cool things now as well. And I'll have 1 extra hour in the day, because instead of it being 9 to 6 most days, it's 9 to 5. So, slightly shorter hours. Yeah, good stuff. Yes, Lily's right. Everyone better grab your snacks. It's time, it's time, it's time. People having ice cream? Yo, just finished a tub of ice cream. Yummy, yummy. It's been ages since I've had ice cream. At least you like it? Yeah. I mean, it's going well so far. It's just the first day. I'm sure it won't be perfect all the time, but God, by comparison, it's great. Hello, Unknown. Welcome. Welcome to the stream. Alright. Yes, so wait, is it Unknown's birthday today? Happy birthday, Unknown. Or is it, because someone wished Unknown a happy birthday, but they said it better late than never. But, happy birthday. Oh yeah, wait, there's other messages here, people wishing happy birthday. Happy birthday, Unknown. Yo. Alright, alright. Well, that's pretty poggers. Pretty good. Hope you enjoy your birthday, Unknown. Now's the day for lots of gooning. That's what birthdays are for. You know? What music should I put on today? What music? Maybe Zelda music? Maybe. Yeah, let's see. This might be a shout. It takes so long to buffer when you have ad blocker on. Alright, there we go. Good Prague's message, didn't you? Yeah, that was the only one I saw, and I didn't see the actual birthday messages, so I didn't realize it was birthday. I just thought it was Prague being weird, like usual. Hello, Viridian. Welcome. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so this week's question was, what's something childish that you still like? There's a lot of things that we like as children that we stop liking when we get older. Our brains are just wired differently as we move along in life. And when we're younger, there's certain things that we like. You know? Dolls, things, imagination, I don't know. Children things. You know? And sometimes as we grow older, we don't want to do those things anymore because it's like there's something about the brain that just sort of changes. But here's the thing. Some of the changes that we undergo when we get older, some of the things that we stop liking, some of that is because of our natural brain development, and some of that is because it is just the natural result of getting older. But some of it is societal. Some of it is stuff that we stop liking because society pressures us to stop liking it. So some of it is natural. Some of it is just stuff that you naturally stop liking, but some of it is sort of coerced. And sometimes it's hard to tell the difference. How can you tell if you stopped liking something because you just happened to stop liking it? Or if you stopped liking it because society made you feel ashamed of liking it? There's a big difference. But sometimes it's hard to tell that difference because it all just blurs together as you get older. And it's not a good thing. If you naturally stop liking something, that's fine. If you stop liking something because people told you to stop liking it, that's a bad thing. Anything that makes you happy, without taking away someone else's happiness, is a net positive. It is a good thing. You should never stop doing something just because other people don't like it, unless it's actually harming someone. So, that's what we're talking about today. For some of us, there are things that are considered childish, labeled childish by the world, maybe associated more with children than anyone else. But then as we've gotten older, we keep liking it, despite how the world has viewed it. And, you know, there's something quite precious about that, because it shows that some things... It shows that we're not entirely conformists. We're willing to keep liking something even if it's viewed as childish, even if we're kind of made fun of for it. And we're willing to like it even though it comes with a certain label. Some things are just too fun, too precious to give up. And some of us have a thing or two that we still cling on to. So that's what we're going to talk about today. I want to read out your answers. We want to find out what is left over from your childhoods. What do you like that's considered childish? What do you enjoy? You know? Okay. Let's read. Fuck. I need to open it. Alrighty. Got 11 responses in here. Feel free to add more on if you haven't added one. What's something childish that you still enjoy? Cock, written by Zana. Zana, go to jail. Go to jail. Go to jail. Prison time. Why is cock childish? What do you mean by that? What do you mean? Is that... Listen, if that's what you saw when you were a child, that wasn't supposed to happen. That's you need to talk to someone about that. All right, you need to talk to someone about that. It's not It's not what was supposed. That's not what was supposed to happen. Gotta talk to someone about that. All right. Yeah, see, Zana's stopping at nothing to write cock in as an answer for every week, but this was not the week for it. This was not the week for it. I don't know why that song with Exhibit Serious Talk feels like I'm in one of those meditation videos. I mean, at the end of the day, that's what these are. These are videos to meditate on. I'm passing on my wisdom to you. And you can use that wisdom to better yourselves. Because I'm a wise person with lots of wisdom to give you. If you listen to me, your life will be better. I'm a smart guy, what can I say? I'm one of the smartest guys around, so stay tuned in. What can I say? Well, we all went through that phase when a random kid in class would suddenly flash you. No, we didn't! No, we didn't! Yeah, exactly, who is we? Who is we? Who is we? What? Why are you talking about this? Like it's something that's it's like it's this universal experience. Oh. Yeah, guys, we've all had that time that someone in our class when we were kids would like flash us. That's normal. That's yeah, it's just part of life, you know, it's part of growing up, that moment where that bro. Who's we? Yeah, where'd you go to school? What kind of school are you going to? Then why did it happen to me many times and to my sisters? This happened when you were children? The frick? It happened to me in different schools. What? Come on, man. The children are not okay. You were children, and these were like other kids that were doing this? Admittedly, it would be worse if it was adults who were doing this, but... What the fuck, man? Yeah, well... Anyways, yeah, well... I don't think Sakura wants to dwell on this. Ugh. I for real thought that was something common. I mean, for some people, I guess. It's just funny how you brought it up like it was just a universal experience. Like it's just something like, oh, you know, guys, you know, we've all been through this. And then you proceed to talk about that. Well, I kicked them anyways. Yeah, fair enough. Well, hope you're okay, Sakura. You've had unfortunate encounters throughout your whole life. All right. Next answer. What's something childish that you still enjoy? Enjoying media that I like as a kid but still do as an adult. People might think this is childish because it's not for quote-unquote mature adults. But I say, screw them. I want to enjoy what I enjoy without much trouble. It really ain't that bad to still enjoy a piece of media that may seem childish. Honestly, I think the best type of fiction that could be for kids, but can still resonate with you as an adult. I just think it's nice to embrace your inner child. There's no need to be a depressed, bitter adult, along with being condescending to those who are just reliving some nostalgia from childhood memories with phrases like, "That's a grown adult," or "Aren't you too old to enjoy that?" Just let people have some fun and whimsy. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Okay, good night. Drops mic and waves to her friends, twin and favorite streamer, also giving a middle finger to the assholes with zero whimsy. Written by Hint Bubbles and is a gooner thanks to certain streamers. Winky face. I'm your favorite streamer? Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. That's awesome. I love being people's favorite streamer. Right. Yeah, no, I'm totally in agreement with this. Like, you shouldn't have to stop liking certain media just because you're older. That's stupid. That's silly. That doesn't make sense. Why should you have to stop liking it? If you like it, then you like it. We sort of... People enjoy putting other people down for stuff like that because it makes them feel more mature. It makes them feel more adult. But in reality, it's actually more immature to care about being mature, right? If you're afraid of being childish, ironically, that makes you more childish. That makes you less mature if you are scared of being childish. If you won't do something just because it appears childish, or you'll deprive yourself of a good experience because you think it'll make you look like a kid, or you sort of pride yourself on being so adult and mature. You know who else thinks like that? Children. Children who want to be adults. I thought that way when I was a child. I was like, oh, I'm so mature. I'm like an adult. And guess what? I was not like an adult at all. I was fucking terrible. I was a freaking dumb child. Right? And there's a big correlation between people who think that they're super smart and mature. The more mature people think they are, the less mature they tend to actually be, right? The people that think so highly of themselves tend to be the least high, you know? People who think of themselves as very mature tend to be less mature. It's an insecurity. And people feel better about themselves when they put other people down and they say, "Oh, you're so childish. I'm so much better than you. Because I don't watch Pokemon. I don't play Club Penguin. I don't know, all sorts of things, you know? But that's just how it is. If you want to be a free thinker, you need to be someone who just enjoys things if they're enjoyable. Don't base what you like based on what the world says you should like. If you like something, then you like it. And if you don't like something, then you don't like it. That's how you live a good life. And this goes beyond just, like, childishness, right? It goes on to, like, freaking, like, consumerism. The world is constantly telling you what to like. In a way that goes against your best interests. Right? It's saying, oh, you should get these, if you want to be, you should get these expensive cars, you should get all these, you should get a Rolex, you should get these expensive watches. You know, it's telling you what to like. It's telling you what to like, and a lot of the time we listen. A lot of the time we listen. But that's not good. It's okay if there's something that you like. Maybe you see an advert for something that you like, and then it makes you want it more. Or it informs you about something that you're like, oh, that would be cool. That's fine. That's what advertisements were always supposed to be before they got hyper freaking commercialized into the way that they are now, where it's basically, you can't go 3 seconds without an ad somewhere. Right? It's supposed to just inform you of something that you might be interested in. Ads now don't just tell you about something you might be interested in. Rather, the world as a whole is one big ad that is trying to make you want things. It's not just you being introduced to things you might like. It's the entire system trying to make you like things. We think of supply and demand as the people want something, and then the companies supply it. That's not how it works. That's not even close to how it works. The way it actually works is that the companies create something, And they're like, okay, well, we have this thing. It's easy to produce. It's cheap to make. We can make it using these materials that we have at our disposal from these, you know. How do we make money from it? We make the people want it. They don't want it right now, but what we're going to do is we're going to restructure society. We're going to release ads. We're going to control the media. We're going to do all these different things to make them want it. And they have the power to do that. So, supply and demand isn't we want something and they supply it. It's they have something to supply and they make us demand it. Let's take an example, right? Like big designer brands for clothes. Why do you... An example of something that you actually want could be maybe you want nice looking clothes. That's perfectly reasonable. You're not brainwashed for wanting nice looking clothes. But if you want designer clothes, if you specifically go out of your way to only get designer clothes because you like the brand, you're like, oh, this is like a... Oh, this is the special brand that I always hear about that's super popular. Right? If you go out of your way to get stuff like that, specifically because it's big brand, not because of how it looks, you're brainwashed. You're brainwashed because there's no reason why you would want that, aside from just the fact that society's telling you to want it. If you want nice looking clothes, that's normal. If you avoid getting nice looking clothes that are cheap and you only get the expensive ones because they're a big brand, you're brainwashed. Because why do you need the brand? Well, the reason you need the brand is because that's what's trendy. That's what the world has made you want. Same with like things like Rolexes. You could get a nice watch for much cheaper. But some people are like, no, I don't just want a nice watch. I want Rolex. I want Rolex because Rolex is cooler. Rolex is more valuable. Yeah, there's other watches out there that look just as nice, but I need a Rolex specifically. Because they've been made to want Rolex. Their desires have nothing to do with what is most practical to them, what is most pleasurable to them. They've been rewired to want things based on just whatever name is the biggest, whatever's the most trendy. They're letting corporate overlords tell them what to want. If you buy a Rolex, you're brainwashed. You're not just brainwashed. You are... I don't know. It is one of the most conformist things that you can do. Because you could just buy a nice looking watch that isn't a Rolex. Right? Instead of spending like a bajillion dollars. And you could buy nice clothes that aren't designer clothes. Now, maybe you see, I'm not talking about if you see a specific piece of designer clothing, like, okay, I actually like how this looks, and I want to buy this because how it looks. I'm not talking about that. It's okay if that's your reason for getting it, right? I'm specifically talking about wanting something more because it's a certain brand. If you do that, you've fallen for the trick. You've fallen for corporate overlords placing false value on things. And so we live in a world where we're told what to like, and then we just like it. You know, we follow these instructions. We're told what to like, and then we go for it, and we buy it, and we give them money. And then we reward them for that behavior, and they keep doing it. Which is why I find it really ironic that people like Andrew Tate talk so much about how, oh, you gotta break out of the matrix, break out of the system, don't be part of the, don't conform to the system, don't be a sheeple, you gotta be free, you gotta break out of the matrix, break out of the system. Meanwhile, he is saying to people, oh, go out, go be, hustle, get rich, and then get big expensive cars, get Rolexes, get all these expensive watches, expensive clothing, do all of that. He's telling people to want what the system is telling people to want. He is telling people to break free from the system while enforcing the system. He's telling people to go buy the expensive stuff, to want all the stuff. So he's not helping people break free from the system. He's actually teaching people to follow the system. He is making people more conformist. He is making people support the system. You're not breaking free from it. You're actually following its whims by making yourself want the things that you're being told to want by the powers that be. That's why it's just one of many reasons why Andrew Tate is freaking stupid. He's not breaking free from the Matrix. He's not helping you break free from the Matrix. He is the Matrix. And that's the big trick. That's the big trick. There are people out there who are trying so hard to convince you that they hold the key to you being free. They sell you a pill, a red pill. They're like, take this pill, I'll show you the truth. But they're not showing you the truth. They're using that to lure in people who want the truth, or people who are, dissatisfied and disillusioned with their life because they can tell something's wrong in the world. They can tell that something's off, that they're being exploited, that they're being used and manipulated. They can tell. They just don't know by what. And so these people come along. They're like, I have the answer. I can show you how you're being used. I can show you the truth. And then they sell them yet another lie. They tell them that they have the key to them breaking free from the system, only to push them further into it. They take them out of one system and put them right back into another one. Just for their own profit. Because the people, the system, all of that have realized that they can't kill our desire for freedom. They can't kill our desire to break free from the system, to think independently, to think freely. They can't kill our desire to do that. So instead, they've given up on killing our desire to do that, and instead they've decided to commodify it. So instead, they're not trying to convince us not to think freely anymore. They're not trying to convince us not to break free from the system anymore. Instead, they're saying, okay, I'll help you break free from the system. Just come this way. I have the answer. And so people end up staying part of the system, not because they've been convinced to stay part of the system, but because they think that they are breaking free from it, when in reality, they're just going deeper into it. They're only getting worse. And that's the fucked up thing. In a way that's worse. We're in a world where people who think that they found the answer to breaking free are actually more trapped. Because we have commodified the desire for freedom. We have commodified the desire to rebel, And that's the way that works now. And so it's important. It might seem weird that I'm talking about all of this in regards to such a simple question. What's something childish that you enjoy? Like, why am I talking about all of this now? We're just talking about liking childish things. That's all we were talking about. That's all we were talking about. But it's related, because if you let people tell you what to like, that's going to apply to a lot of things. And so if you're the kind of person who can say, no, fuck it, I'm going to like this even though it's childish. I'm going to like this even though it's kind of considered uncool. It's kind of considered, people are going to laugh at me for it. If you can do that, maybe you can beat the system in a lot of other ways too. Maybe you can resist what people are trying to do. Like, it's related. So, I think it's a good thing if you don't let people tell you what to like. Yep, anyway. That's my schizo rant over. Yeah, anyway. What if you want a Rolex just to flex that you have one? That's not good, though. That's not a good reason to want something, just to show it off. That's like, that's playing into it as well. It's like, that's false value. You're not actually getting something from it. You know, the corporations have intentionally made it so that this thing gives, like, status. So that makes you want to buy it. But it doesn't actually give you anything, you know? And the people who'd be impressed by it, they're not good people. If you're doing it to impress other people, you want to buy a Rolex to impress someone else? Whoever that is, they're probably not worth your time. You know, shallow people care about that. The friends that you'll make by having a Rolex and by having designer clothes, maybe you'll gain some friends by having those, yeah, because they'll see you and think you're cool. But those aren't good friends. Those are people who decide who their friends are based on how expensive their clothes are, how expensive their watches are. You won't gain anything from that. Those people will leave you if you ever end up poor. Those people will not like you for who you are. So that's why you shouldn't want to flex. There's no value in that. You should care about flexing important things. Things that are actually cool about yourself. Listen, I flex all the time. But I don't flex watches and clothes. I just flex how cool of a person I am, right? Because I am. I'm one of the coolest people you're ever going to meet. And that's why I say it. I brag about it because I'm so cool. You should do that too. We should all brag about the things about ourselves that are actually cool. I don't... You know? You know what I'm saying? Gotta be more like me. Gotta be more like me. You gotta know that you're awesome. You don't need watches. You don't need expensive clothes. You don't need any of that shit. Just know that you're cool already. You don't... You know? We should all be cocky? Yeah, why not? The terms alpha and beta were never good to begin with. They brain-rotted the mind of young people. Now everyone wants to be a sigma. Yeah. I think it's actually based off of false science about wolves anyway. Like, it originates from the idea of, like, oh, wolves have, like, their alpha and a beta and whatever. Exhibit, you said that and I found a watch. What the fuck? Really? Did you find a watch? What do you mean? Like, on the ground? You haven't already liked the stream, everybody. Exhibit is a fantastic guy and he deserves all the likes, views, and subs. That is true! I deserve all of the likes, the views, and the subs. I deserve so many. So yeah, appreciate it. Well, yeah, I hope you slept well, Salad. You just woke up. Nice. I think you came in like halfway through my rant about frickin' capitalism. So serious, I'll send a pic. Oh, nice. No way, you got a freaking watch. I mean, listen, if you found it, you didn't pay for it. You're not part of the system if you use that. Buy a fake Rolex and lie, easy peasy. Yeah, I mean, that does give you the best of both worlds, doesn't it? Talking to Dora is like explaining your feelings to a man. Fuck, I missed a good chunk of it. Capitalism sucks. I went on a rant about how society makes us want things that we don't need. Like designer clothes and expensive watches and shit. To where we'll want things not because it'll practically benefit us, but just because it's like a big brand and it gives like false value. And if you want those things, then you're brainwashed. So you shouldn't want those things. You should want things for how they'll benefit you, not because it's a big name. Not because it's like... Things aren't automatically better just because they're more expensive, and so on. That's the gist of it. That's the way of summing it up. Looks nice, but it's a bit too chunky for me. Labubus. If you want a Labubu, that's fine. If you like how they look. Anyway. Right. Maybe we should move on to the next topic. What are we doing now? Listen, bottom line is, if you want Labubus because you think they look nice, and you just want to have one, cool. If you want Labubus because they're popular, that's cringe. Don't get things just because they're popular. Get them because you want them. Get them because you like them. Hello, Belle. Welcome. Happy to see you here. Alright. Someone needs to clip my capitalism rant. It wasn't even... Was it capitalism? It was more just corporate... Yeah, I mean, kind of same thing, but like corporate overlords and shit. Someone... Yeah, that'd be good. Okay. It's fine, but people buy them for the sake of buying them and have turned into a micro-trend. I see them at the thrift store I go to a lot. See, that's the thing, right? That's cringe. Just buy them because it's a trend. You, like, want something more just because people want it. Just because it's popular. That's dumb. The corpos are winning if you do that. That's what they want you to think. That's how they've designed society intentionally. You have to break that. You have to say no to that. You have to choose to just want things that you want. La Berber. I don't know much about Labubus. I see people talking about them everywhere now. I want a pet cat girl not because it's popular, it's because I love cat girls. More Comrade exhibit clips to... The Boba store I go to started selling Mickey Mouse Labubus, but they didn't look cute to me. Fair enough. Yeah. They're interesting. I don't know how I feel about them. They're interesting. Yeah. Alright, anyways. Guess we should read out another answer now. Alright. What's something childish that you still enjoy? Thomas the Tank Engine, written by Pop-Tart Snake. I've not watched that in a long time, so I don't know if it's actually like a good story that's like good for adults. But like I've never heard of an adult enjoying Thomas the Tank Engine, so this is like... This is a first for me. But if you like it, then you like it, you know? Maybe it's got some thrilling storylines. I hear that Thomas the Tank Engine's actually a war criminal. That's like the secret lore. Yeah. Alright, I'm gonna read the next one. What's something childish that you still enjoy? As I've just turned 21, my answer is stuffed animals / plushies and fairy tales. Give me sweet comfort, and whenever I'm feeling sad, angry, lonely, or depressed. Helps a lot. Written by Lily or Nya. Also, I probably won't make it to the stream since I'll be at work. Either way, I hope you and everyone else has a great day or night. Well, I think Lily is here, isn't she? Is she still here? She was here earlier. Yeah, she should still be here. The message wasn't that long ago. Yeah, there you are. You're still here. Yep. So you did say I can call you Nya. So, Lily Nya. But yeah, I actually know quite a lot of people who are adults and they still have loads of plushies. Listen, plushies just give you a higher power level. You don't have any plushies, you have a low power level. You have lots of plushies in your bed, that's a high power level. You're hard to defeat. They add on to your aura. Strong aura. Yeah. She got out of work as soon as a 3 hit. So I actually managed to make it. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Alright, alright, alright. The power of fluff is not to be underestimated. I have so many plushies, they're my evil army. Yeah, like, they can defeat anything at that point. They're all under your command. Right. Next one. What's something childish that you still enjoy? I apologize in advance for the length, but for me it's American Girl dolls. If you have a phobia of dolls, don't Google this, please. I can remember... Okay, American Girl dolls. What? Oh, okay, these ones. I've seen those. I can remember every time I got the magazines, I would beg and beg my parents for one, but growing up in a lower middle class family, that was something we could never afford. Except on Christmas of 2013, I got my first American Girl doll. I can remember screaming, I got an American Girl doll, I got an American Girl doll, as my mom recorded my reaction. I got Sage, American Girl doll of the year 2013. And then, 2 years later, when I recovered from my back surgery, I was in my room when my dad and mom came upstairs to my room and showed me that I got Caroline, a now retired historical character. I can debate all day about how poor quality the dolls are now for their price, but that doesn't stop me from looking at them once in a while. I believe that healing your inner child is healing you, so buy the thing you couldn't have as a child if you can afford it. Don't let anyone tell you it's childish to buy something you wanted when you were a child. Written by Riku. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. That's another good thing. I mean, shouldn't avoid having stuff like that just because you're older. Doesn't matter. This kind of reminds me of, yeah, the idea of, like, doing stuff that you couldn't do as a child. It kind of reminds me of, I think I mentioned this on another stream. Growing up, I wasn't allowed to go trick-or-treating because my parents are very religious. And now that I'm an adult, trick-or-treating isn't really an adult thing now, so I'm like, oh man, I can't do that. Maybe I could still. It's just I'd probably get weird looks, right? Like a grown-ass man coming to your door and like, oh, give me some candy. Oh, give me some candy, bro. But, you know, maybe I should take my own advice and go do that. It's just... Maybe that's a little different. Maybe I could wear, like, a ghost thing. Like, wear, like, a ghost costume and my, like, face will be covered. Like, wear a sheet over myself. Then they'll think I'm a kid. And then I can just take all the candy I want. That could be cool. But yeah, now as an adult, all we have are, like, sex parties. Where everyone dresses up in, like, kinky, nurse outfits and, like... stuff. Yeah. Like hot vampires and shit. Ah, what a shame. Come to our houses, we will give you candies, trick-or-treating around the world. Yeah. Alright, next one. What's something childish that you still enjoy? Playing with my little sis, written by Bakia Sest. No. What? No. Go to jail. Um, what does that mean? What do you mean by that? Alright. Next question. What's something childish that you still enjoy? This question isn't for me, I guess. Written by Utopia. Okay, just doesn't have an answer. Is that what you mean? Damn. Exhibit, wear a mask or a ghost-faced costume. Don't forget to break out the little boy voice when you say trick-or-treat, and then in a very deep voice go, thank you. Yeah, I'll be like, trick-or-treat. Thank you. Hey guys, that was a fun stream. No, don't go. Alright. What do you mean you don't like playing with your little sister? Who's gonna be the horse to my cowgirl games? It's not the fact that he said playing with my little sis, it's that the name he put for that was Bakia Sest. I feel like that's just not... That's an interesting combination. Alright, let's see. Let's see, what's the next one? What's something childish that you still enjoy? Being autistic. You have these special interests. Now my special interests happen to be Winnie the Pooh. And why? Because that's how autism works. No, but seriously, it's my special interest because I love the movies. And the quotes, I'm even collecting all the characters in teddy form. One day I hope to go to the 100 Acres Woods, as it's also part of mine and my boyfriend's bucket list that we created. Also have a 21st birthday party next month. Theme is Winnie the Pooh, written by Zana. I mean, fair enough, a lot of people would think that Winnie the Pooh is very childish, but if you like it, who cares? That's your thing. Don't let anyone take it away from you. There's a lot of, you know, autistic people do a lot of things that are considered childish, you know? A lot of the things that we end up interested in. We have more of a tendency to do things that society labels childish, you know? Whether it's interest in like Winnie the Pooh, freaking Pokemon, freaking whatever else, kids' cartoons. You know, we tend to like childish things more than like neurotypical people. But there's nothing wrong with that. If you like it, then you like it. So I hope your birthday party goes well. And I hope you can share the love for Winnie the Pooh with all your friends and your family. I wish you all the best with that. I keep forgetting to like uncensor the chat so I can see everything. You guys keep mixing femboys and children? Yeah, easy mistake. Frag influence. Oh, yeah. My favorite thing was to play with my older cousin's action figures, and me and my sister would make them have tea parties with our babies and Polly Pockets. Ooh. Are you censoring us? I'm not trying to. It's the freaking... Don't have the live chat open. It's on the top chat. What's something childish that you still enjoy? I have many childish things that I enjoy, and some childish habits that I keep. Honestly, right now, I can't think of many, but I know that there are a lot of childish things I enjoy. I matured at such a young age that now I'm actually an adult, and I appreciate more of the things of my childhood, and like to act childish every now and then with people I care for and trust. Maybe a healing the inner child type of thing. Some examples are that I still enjoy my childhood series like Miraculous Ladybug, Wizards of Waverly Place, Hannah Montana, etc. Mostly Disney Channel / Disney stuff. And I also keep a lot of childish habits with me, and maybe even I tend to let out that childish innocent side more now than when I was a kid. Since as a kid I always matured and in serious stuff, life was just not letting me be a child. Or yeah, I was always mature. Okay. One of my childish habits that come to mind right now are my reactions when I'm excited. I make happy little dances, I sing, or even in chat I have my chat strokes. I'm just expressive when I'm happy and excited, very, and I'm not talking just in private but in public too. I'm just carefree like that. Maybe it helps the fact that I have younger siblings. Before it was just me dealing with the burdens of adult life and raising my siblings, and now I can be silly around them and enjoy spending time with them. Living with them again. Those phases I couldn't enjoy as much as I would have wanted to for circumstances in life. It's like healing my inner child, written by Sakura. Yeah, see, that's the thing. A lot of us are not given the opportunity to fully live out our childhoods, to like actually just be a child growing up. And so when we're an adult, we almost feel like we've missed out on part of the experience of being a kid. But then we're like, well, I'm an adult now, I can't go back. But in a way, you can go back in some ways. It's just looked down upon. But you know, that's silly. And you should be allowed to go back and enjoy the things that you were not able to fully enjoy as a kid. You know? Sometimes, you know, it gives people a lot of comfort to go back to that. And you know, this is something that's stigmatized pretty heavily. But some people even, like, if they have a very stressful life, and they have a very, you know, difficult adult circumstances, they can actually relieve a lot of stress and feel like they're escaping from their issues a little bit if they sort of do kid-like behaviors for a while, like coloring in a coloring book, or like, I don't know, just like things like of that nature. And it's just because it kind of puts you in a different headspace, or it brings them back to a simpler time. Now, a lot of people mistake that for, like, they think it's like a kink thing. They're like, oh, you're acting like a kid? Is this some sort of like a kink that you're doing? It's like, no, it's like an actual thing that people do to, like, relieve stress. Like, this is a documented thing where they can feel better from their awful circumstances and from like traumatic circumstances by kind of just putting themselves in a childish headspace for a while and just sort of doing like kid-like behaviors. And it sounds weird, and it sounds like the kind of thing you'd want to judge. Again, all sorts of things that we judge that benefit people, and then people avoid doing it because they're getting judged for it, when really it's something that actually would benefit them, that they would enjoy, that would be good for them, you know? That's one of them. Now, obviously, not everyone benefits from that, but some people do that as like a way to cope with their life. It's, you know, it's a documented thing. But people kind of, they're like, they say they accuse it of like being a kink, but it's not. It's a completely separate thing. It's just it's a form of therapy, right? So, yeah, that's the thing that happens. It's obviously that's not quite the same as what you're talking about here, right? It's a different thing, but it is a thing. It's just more on the extreme end. I'd be coloring in my Little Pony coloring book. Yeah. I mean, literally, some people will want to do that. Wasn't allowed to watch any shows featuring middle school / high schoolers growing up, but if it was a cartoon, then it was free game. Really? You weren't allowed to watch stuff involving middle schoolers or high schoolers? What? It's crazy. Right. There are many things that you can be childish you keep as an adult to heal your inner child. Yeah. Alright. Gosh, we're nearing the end, guys. But I remember once I went to a trick-or-treating party with my teenage years dressed as a sexy witch. I don't know how I got to do it, probably before I was a Christian. Wait, you used to not be a Christian? Damn. Is background music Legend of Zelda? Yes, it is. It's actually very fitting for... I've liked the vibes that it's been giving. I've enjoyed being able to go on rambles with that in the background and talk about things. Alright. What's something childish that you still enjoy? Plushies. I love holding and collecting soft plushies, from Squishmallows to the plushies I get to support indie animations or small creators that I like. Not to mention the ever-growing collection that I'm currently obsessed with, crochet or knitted fandom plushies. A lot of the toys I had growing up were either hand-me-downs from my older cousins or Barbies that I had to wait for my birthday to get. But my favorite toys to play with were my plushies that I would have tea parties with or have conversation with. I really like being surrounded by my plushies to help fall asleep, and even though it takes up a third of my room, but either they are really sentimental or they are ones that I worked hard to have. Written by Belle, who's definitely not a stuffed beast hiding in the corner. Right. Yeah, I mean, someone else already gave plushies as an answer, but, you know, it's a fair answer because it is a little bit stigmatized. But, if you like plushies, then you like plushies. Admittedly, I think it's a little more socially acceptable for women to have plushies than for men. So, I think we need more men with plushies. It's not... Listen, people see a girl with plushies, they're like, oh yeah, whatever, it's whatever. Yeah, she's a little old for that, but, you know, she's a girl. She's like, it's fine. You know? Ah, it's fine. Women can have plushies. Women are basically children anyway at the end of the day, you know, like, that's not my words. That's the way they think, okay? It's a problem in society, they infantilizing women. It's not my words. It's not my words. I'm just quoting other people. Alright, this is not me. This is not me. Alright? So, we need more men we need more men with plushies. We need more men with plushies. That's what we need right now. We need more, yeah. More men with plushies. You gotta go into a man... You should be able to walk into a man's house, and he's just got a bunch of teddy bears. He's got a bunch of, you know? A man and his teddy bear. That's the sign of a strong man. That's a secure man who's not afraid to appear weak to some people because he has a teddy bear. But he doesn't care what other people think because he likes it. So you have a throne, right? I think I tried to, I started to open a throne. I started to open a throne and then I didn't finish setting up the account, I think. There's other things to do on that. But yeah, I should finish opening that up. Then people can buy me stuff. That'd be great. Oh, I'm picking up Angel's Ashes, so I'm really glad I wasn't too late for stream. I didn't want to be alone. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Toy. Oh, man. Hope you're doing okay. Wait, what iCarly episode are you talking about? I don't think I've seen that. Guy who tried to kill me and stole my bedroom full of stuff took my childhood teddy bear and my dad's ashes? What? What the hell happened to you? What? That's fucked up. What? You've really been through some stuff. I didn't get time to answer the question, but I still like playing make-believe. And thank you, Exhibit. I'm doing okay as I can. It hits in waves, you know. Listen, Toy. We're here for you. You know. We're your family. And you know, you can always find comfort in this community. iCarly plushie scene. I'm gonna check that out in a bit. Oh wait, Squishmallow. What does that look like again? I think I've seen it. I've seen it before. Oh yeah, they're just different kinds of squishy plushes. I was living with an ex because he owed me a lot of money from before the relationship, and we were cool, but I came home in a collar and he was drunk and it escalated. Oh god. Oh man. See, I've heard of other people in situations like that too, where they're like with an ex, but they're still living with them, and then the ex is hostile to them and like violent and stuff, and so they're like having to like fear for their life now, living with someone who's dangerous, because they're still together, but they're at odds. That must be such a hard thing to like actually live through. Alright. I think I'm gonna look at that iCarly episode. Plushies. So I think I found it.
Nice meeting you.
One sec. We're gonna open up Opera GX. We're gonna watch it. We're gonna watch party here. Okay, whoops, not that one. Don't actually show Chrome. Okay. Reaction slop time? Yeah, that's right. Alright, let's turn off the music from, okay.
Nice meeting you. You too. Your mom's nice.
Yeah, she's all right. She's not talking about pudding.
So, this is your room.
Mm-hmm. You like it?
Yeah, it's just like I pictured it.
I never
mean,
watched iCarly,
not that
by
I've
the
ever,
way.
like, stayed awake at night picturing what your room looks like.
I think I saw like 1 or 2
But
episodes.
okay, I have. Is that bad?
You crack me up.
Yeah, well, professional web comedian. What's that hole?
I got mad at my
I'm so glad that the laughing track is here to tell me when it's funny. Otherwise, I wouldn't be able to tell. I'm so glad. That's really helpful.
friend Kato and punched the wall.
Ooh, you're so bad.
Oh, I'm not that bad.
R2.
I'm gonna put on some music.
Music works.
I want to give more meaningful commentary on this, but I just don't know what to say. Like, I'm supposed to give meaningful commentary so that it's not plagiarism. What do I talk about? Do I, like, critique his kissing?
What are those?
On the shelf there?
Just plushies.
Those are Pee-wee babies.
I thought those were Pee-wee babies.
Yeah. You have some?
I used to.
She judging him for his plushies?
Oh. Whose are these?
Mine. Pretty sweet,
She's
huh?
judging him. No.
Yeah. That's a lot of Pee-wee babies.
Oh, that's nothing. I have 223 more in the closet.
Is that the clip you were talking about, Salad? Professional web comedian. Yo, this is Exhibit A mentioned. Yeah! What the hell? She's like Exhibit A. That is crazy. Think she's super shallow for being thrown off by that? I'd be like, fuck yes, you're perfect. Yeah. Good stuff. She breaks up with him because of it. She breaks up with him because of that? Imagine breaking up with someone because they have fucking plushies. What? That's so fucking silly. That's not someone you want to be with, though. You mentioned men having plushies, and that's the first thing I thought of. Yeah, we need more men with plushies. We need to change this narrative. Part of degendering society is not only letting women do man things, it's letting men do women things. It's part of I don't know, part of making the genders equal. That is a fucked up deal breaker. What the hell? Like, she otherwise liked him, but then left him for that? Really? So silly. She wasn't thrown off by the hole in the wall. That shows he had violent outbursts, but the plushies throw her off. Yeah, it's because the violent outbursts are manly, so those are fine. That's a cool... That's a tough man thing. Big, strong man thing. Punching through walls? That's just a it's just a sign of a masculine man. It's a sign of a masculine man. No, they're not anger issues. It's called being masculine. You wouldn't understand. It's not anger issues. It's being masculine. Being masculine. It's what my guru Andrew Tate told me. No, it's not called human trafficking. It's called being masculine. I know it's not called keeping women as slaves in my basement and then selling them. It's being masculine. Masculine man. I'm a big masculine man. Oh, my fucking throat. When are we getting Exhibit A plushies? I don't know. I'd love to have that out someday, though. I want to have merch someday. And that can be one of them. It's called being a Ligma male. Yeah. Sorry, I don't personally want plushies for myself. Peachy plushies are the exception. I'd love that. Well, listen, you don't need to have plushies. If I when I say we need more men with plushies, I'm not ordering every man to get plushies. I'm saying there's probably men out there who are avoiding getting plushies. because it's shameful, who would probably enjoy having them, and those men should get some. They should get some plushies. If you make t-shirts, can you make them subtle? I don't want sister fucker on the back of a cool t-shirt. Salad, just because you said that, if I ever make merch, that will be one of the shirts. There's going to be a shirt just labeled sister fucker. I will have more subtlety. I will have more subtle merch too, right? I'll have some stuff that you can get. I'll have some stuff that you can be seen in public with. But one of them is going to be sister fucker, alright? For the bold people. And it's going to be fucking horrible. I shouldn't be encouraging that. You shouldn't be wearing that in public. There's already shirts like that around, though. I'll make plenty of subtle ones. I'll make plenty of ones that are, like, just reasonable. But there'll be a sister fucker shirt. I see Prague and Chiper wearing that in public. They would. See, that's the thing. Maybe I don't want to encourage that. Like, do I want? I've seen degenerates in the wild being like a little bit too open, like wearing some weird stuff, and it's like, do I want to contribute to that? I don't know. Like, I like the idea of releasing it for the meme, but like, do I actually want people to wear it in public? I don't know about that. But it's not an Exhibit branded sister fucker shirt, so why would I care? It would be Exhibit branded. Well, or yeah, you're talking about other ones out there. Yeah, okay, wait, I get it. Give me Exhibit plushies. I don't care the price or size. I'm glad that you would buy them. Like one that looks like a band tour shirt would look cool, but for different locations, it's different universes, so you're a universe hopper. Yeah. That is a good idea. Yeah. No, I could, No, I could definitely... There's a lot of cool merch stuff I can do. Don't have the money to make stuff like that, though, but someday I would love to have merch. Lots of merch. Yeah. I don't know. Sister fucker shirt would be funny, but I just know there's gonna be some people who would use it for bad things. Read plushes of everyone? Yeah. I believe someday there will be an Exhibit plushie and a Peachy plushie. Someday that will be a reality. I believe it. Like, Smosh does a good job of making shirts that don't scream, I watch comedy skits on YouTube. Right, yeah. So you want... Yeah, you want an Exhibit A shirt that doesn't make it obvious that it's a shirt about just a random YouTuber or freaking person who makes freaking this kind of content. You want it to be like something that looks socially acceptable, but that it's also about Exhibit A, which is not socially acceptable. But they don't know that. They don't know what Exhibit A is. What good reasons would you wear a sister fucker shirt? I don't know, when you're fucking your sister? I thought that'd be obvious. That only Exhibit A fans would understand. Yeah, yeah. So someone else would see it and be like, oh my god, you also watch Exhibit A? Oh my god. And then... And then, if that happens with you, you'd get to brag about the fact that you were one of Exhibit A's first fans. Alright, you were there at the beginning. You'd have bragging rights. You were here when he only had, like, 10 viewers per stream. And by then, if I have merch out, I'm assuming I'm more popular by then, because merch, you need to, like, make deals with a company and shit. Speaking of which, I think I'm the girl that harasses him to play Garfield cards. Yeah, that's you. You know what I would do? I think I would go around wearing my own merch. Because I really like the idea of encountering people who are fans of Exhibit A, but, like, not telling them that it's me. And be like, oh my god, you're a fan of Exhibit A, I like Exhibit A too. And I'm like, yeah, he's so cool. He's the greatest YouTuber ever. And they're like, oh, I wish I could meet him. I would love to meet Exhibit A. And I'll be like, yeah, if only. If only! And then I'll walk away. And I won't stay around long enough for them to realize. Because if they hear my voice too much, they might clock on. But, yeah. When they hear your voice, I'll put on, like, a different voice, right? I'll speak differently. I'll be like, oh, Exhibit A, I like him too. Maybe not that voice, maybe a slightly different one. I don't know, I've always liked the idea of, like, getting really popular, and then, like, hearing other people talk about me. And then, hearing other people talk about Exhibit A. That would feel so, like, such an ego boost, right? Imagine you become famous, and then you're in public, and then you hear people talking about you. And then they don't know that you're there. You, like, pass by them, and they don't know it's you. Gotta head out early, haven't dinner with the family. Alright, see you around, unknown. You can't use that one now? Well, no, it's you. Yeah, well, we'll do a different one. I'll do a different voice. Bye-bye, unknown. Enjoy. Yeah, I've always liked the idea of that, because I'm a little bit full of myself. I like the idea of just Hannah Montana shit. Exactly! It's like the double life. They don't know it's me. I, like, pass by them. I hear people talking about me. And they don't know I'm right there. They're like, oh, I just love Exhibit A. Yeah, I love Exhibit A too. He's so cool. Did you see his latest thing? That would feel so awesome. I would feel like a freaking god at that point. But the issue is, it's kind of hard to get to that level of popularity, especially as, like, a male VTuber. Because, like, even VTubers in general are, like, niche. But then male VTubers, it's like they're even more, like, niche. So it'd be, even if you're, like, one of the most popular male VTubers, you're not going to very often see people in public talking about it. Or whatever, you know? So, that's why I want to wear my own merch, because that increases the chances of me having a Hannah Montana moment. You know? I just think it would be so funny and so cool. The best of both worlds. That's what I want. I don't want people to recognize me in public everywhere I go. But I want to be famous. I want the benefits of being famous without the negatives. That's what being a VTuber is about. Get the best of both worlds. I don't know, I fuck with Kenji heavy. I've seen some Kenji, he's cool. Maybe someday I can do a collab with him. Oh man. I'm glad I managed to talk a little bit without reading anything else out, because it's good to stretch it out, then that way the stream's not too short. Alright. Well. Next one. I think. Yeah, I read out this one, didn't I? Yes, I did. What's something childish you still enjoy? Burning Stuff, written by Skylar. I don't know, I feel like, is burning stuff really a childish thing? I feel like that's just an arsonist thing. I think that's just you being a pyromaniac. I think that just means you like to set things on fire. And you're a crazy person. Yeah. Is that a common behavior in children? Is like to burn things? I thought that was just like if you're like a crazy child who's gonna grow up to be a psychopath. Burning stuff is definitely a childhood activity. I must have missed out then, I didn't do that much. I went to Julie for arson when I was 11. Based. I hope you were burning down like a corporate building or something. I didn't, I lied, I'm sorry. Damn it, salad. Alright. Yeah, arson's cool. What's something childish that you still enjoy? Drawing. Sometimes they're not that good, but I enjoy drawing a little fan art, anime girls, and shit like that. It just helps me clear my mind. Sorry for the late answer. I've been busy and woke up like 30 minutes ago. Oops. Wait. Okay, this was written by Salad. What did you just say? You woke up? You woke? Why is everything woke now, guys? I can't take it anymore. You woke up? Why is it that you woke up? Why can't you, conservative family values wake up instead? I swear to God. I can't take this anymore. Burnt bacon is yummy? Yeah. How woke are you? I don't know. I don't know how to measure that. You're woke though too? No, I would never be woke. Not woke. I'm not woke because woke is when bad. And I'm not when bad. Just ignore all the times I've talked about capitalism being bad. Alright. Is it a bit low-key like an employee at the woke company? Maybe now. The company I just came from, though, there was, like, several cases of, like, sexual harassment, so not that one. Only time I played with literal fires was when I was burning all my Sonic fan art from middle school. Damn. You found it too cringe and you like hated it? So you burned it, I'm assuming. Sometimes I go into like the forest and I see like on the ground like a bunch of like burnt papers and it's like school papers. So you can just tell that someone's like finished school and they're like, yeah, I'm so done with this, and like burned all their shit. Because they're like celebrating being done with it. Backs don't care about consent? What a freaking sentence. What? Alright, guys, that's probably where I'm going to end stream. Because we've read out all the answers. And we've talked about all there is to talk about, but I will say this has been a very fun stream. I always like it when I have streams where I get to talk a lot, where I get to ramble about real issues, where I get to ramble about my opinions and thoughts on things, and then also have a little humor, make a few jokes, you know, talk about a little sister fucking, you know, just humor, normal humor. You know, it's that's how it be at the end of the day. Nuke exhibits old company, hashtag dark woke. Gonna go learn about insurance, yay. Alright, good luck with that. Can you please make a stream without incest? I think I have done a stream without incest before. But, like, no one noticed, because you notice when it's there, you don't notice when it's not there. Maybe I should do a challenge stream. Where, like, the goal is to not mention it. This has been very fun, though. Thank you for being here, everybody. This has been a very fun stream. We talked about some cool things. Streaming is fun. I like to do it. But thank you guys for being here. And without further ado, I will see you in the next stream. Bye-bye.